Hi guys, welcome to OG Cars, and in today's video we're going to be talking about recent events and things.
So, starting off with me, because, and I'm sure Rowan will agree, 2023 has been a bit rocky for me, to say the least. Basically, I was in the same job I'd always been in since I left school, and in 2022, so last year, I found out that I was going to be made redundant. This wasn't a shock to me, in complete honesty, it was a voluntary redundancy, but I was surprised to get it because this was the third time they offered it, and I got it the third time. So I was made redundant, but I was told I'd be leaving at Christmas of last year, which was great because otherwise it would have fallen when we bought the house, which would have been great fun to try and persuade them to make me buy a house with no job. So I had till the end of last year. It was the right time to leave. I wasn't really happy there anymore. And then I had January off doing a NAFL. I was completely unproductive. And then I went into a new job in car finance, again in a call centre. Owen's going to back me up on this. I never enjoyed that job. I enjoyed the training. I had a good laugh in training and I got on with my team, and then they separated our teams, put us on other teams. And I got on with my team really well. My manager was nice, but I didn't enjoy the job. It was just far too nitpicky. A lot of time for me to commute from where we live, and overall I just don't enjoy the call centre life anymore, and I think I probably should have left when I left my old job. So I quit that job. That's the first job I've ever quit, which is a bit mad. And I went into a new job as of 2 weeks ago from filming this in support. Tough job with what I'm doing, but so far I'm really enjoying it. I feel there's a lot more independence. I feel like the people I work for have a lot of faith in me, and I feel like I can really progress. I feel like this is actually a career for me, whereas my other jobs felt like jobs. And sometimes I think you've got to look at it as I want a career instead of a job. So I'm really happy, and a lot of that was motivated from Owen and how happy Owen now is in his new job.
Yeah, so I did a bit of a personal update semi-recently. I think it was around April, May time when all the changes were happening. So I left mechanics completely. I left Nathaniel Cars and I went into IT, which is a job offered to me through Sam, who I bought the Seicento from, which you guys may remember from the channel, which has actually since been sold. I think, do we need to do a catch-up video on that? Possibly. But anyway, yeah, he offered me a job in IT. I said, well, I have no experience whatsoever and I only do stuff on cars. And, you know, I can work on computers at home, but I've never done it for a job. And he was very keen to say, that's fine, just come along anyway. So there were lots of perks to this particular job, and I went in and I've been there a few months now. I'm really enjoying it. So big thanks to Sam for getting me off one ship and onto a much nicer sailing one. So yeah, in terms of my job, I'm very happy. So
now, the next thing we kind of wanted to go on just a little bit about is the house. So when we bought the house, we set up a playlist for house updates, and so far there's been 2 since we moved in. Now, that is through no fault of mine or no ends. We moved into this house and knowing it needed work, but we were given prices for things to be done, which went from being, oh, this is affordable, to being, oh my God, we have no money left. So since moving in, we've had to have, in effect, a full rewire. We had to have the whole bathroom done. In the corner of this room used to be a shower, that's gone. So we had a full bathroom done, and we've had the garage roof done. Everything went over budget, and it's a lesson learned. You know, we were a bit annoyed about it, we probably still are, but it's a lesson learned.
yeah, basically, we had the wool pulled over our eyes with day rate. And it came to the end and it was like, oh, you're paying for X amount of days, whereas obviously we were expecting it to be quoted off of the jobs that we had been quoted for originally, but they were done word of mouth and not on paper. So make sure, guys, that you get everything on paper, otherwise you look like a mug. Yeah, me, I'm the mug. So yes, we got, I'm not going to say we got mugged. I mean, ultimately, we let the game play the way it played, and then we were too naive to do anything about it. And you know what? It's paid off. It's done. We're on a clean slate now. All of the underpinnings are done. The roof is done. Everything within the walls is done. But visually, things to do an update on for a house update have not been done. So I just didn't feel like a house update would be that interesting because we've not actually done that much, which is a shame.
But yeah, because I mean, the bathroom, we love the bathroom.
It's great. Yeah.
The bathroom only just went over by a little bit, to be fair, which was lucky because I paid for the bathroom, thankfully. But the bathroom is done. The bathroom is lovely, and it's exactly what we wanted because we chose everything in it. Yeah. The wiring, it's all done.
Its electrical certificate approved or whatever. It's approved.
Yeah, it's all approved. It's just
and the wiring's been done properly, but it's like chases and like stuff like that. You know, a
finishing
couple of them are
touches.
quite, they're a bit wonky and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like it's like the attention to detail that you want if you're spending good money, especially when we paid way over the odds. And the garage roof, I mean, it looks lovely from the outside. It doesn't leak, but the guttering still not attached. There's still a load of like wooden temporary pieces in there which should have been removed, and it's just and all the rubbish that's still up there which we paid for to be removed. We could go on about this for hours, but ultimately, yes, we haven't done house updates because we kind of were too naive and just lost loads of money, and therefore clean slate. Let's just try and do what we can with what we've got. We're saving up some money again, and you know what, I'm going to tie this into cars. So you're going to see a few cars appear on the channel, although some of those, including some that have come on recently, have actually gone already. But that's because we've kind of had this epiphany of like, okay, yeah, we've got loads of cars, we love having loads of cars, but we need to pay for stuff on the house, and I also have my dream car to buy at some point, an Audi Quattro. That'd be nice. I mean, just put it out there. It would be nice to buy it at some point. So I need to be a bit more sensible. As I say, you're going to think I'm a hypocrite because you're going to see more cars come up on the channel.
He has logic for once, which I'm agreeing with.
Yes. So I managed to buy a couple of cars by selling the idea to G, saying we're going to buy the car, do them up, make them really nice, maybe use them for a bit. And then I don't like to use the word sell for profit because we're not traders. We don't do that. We buy the cars to enjoy them. And I don't want to say what the cars are yet because I don't want to give them away. But they're cars close to us and close to other cars on our channel which we've had before, and we sort of want to do them up, see them get used by someone who's going to really enjoy them. But obviously, some people don't want to restore cars. I want to, get back into doing a few more things and just restore the cars and then put the money into the house and towards, that's mostly it. I mean, yes, it'd be nice to put money towards an Audi Quattro, but ultimately the visuals of this whole house need doing first. So we are going to try and concentrate on that. I went from Mini to another Mini to MG Metro, which is now gone as well, and now to another car, which in fairness is my daily now. So, that is a good thing. But ultimately, I could have brought back Pandina or another car as a daily. I didn't need to do all of those things. It was fun owning all of those cars. Don't regret it at all. No. But obviously, I'm just trying to put a sensible hand. I'm saying trying because I can say all of these things to you, but sometimes it gets better of me.
And you know what? I can say the same because this car's now sold. But for the last week, I've been umming and ahhing on a Toyota Serra, which came up for sale. And you can watch our Festival of the Unexceptional video. I bet I've said it in previous videos because I've known Owen for like 5.5 years now, and I've said since the moment I met Owen I want a Toyota Serra because there was one down the road from his parents. And it's still there. And I saw this car come up and I really ummed and ahed it, and when I went to go could we come to a deal, he went, it's sold, and I was like, for God's sake. But I'm happy because the decision was made for me because I didn't need that car. Again, I would have probably enjoyed it for a few months and then gone, well, what's the point? The only car that I'd say is an anomaly to this is my Mini, because I'm actually using that Mini all the time. And the car that Owen has recently bought, because I think we've both finally bought two dailyable cars which need little bits doing, but we both actually really enjoy them and have a lot of fun in them. So I think that makes a massive difference, and we probably won't sell those cars for a while now because I think both of those will be dailyable until other cars that are sat there come back. Right, we're nearly done now, but we just wanted to do a really quick update on our little dog Hudson, who is our cardigan corgi. For those of you who don't know, when we bought Hudson, he was in a really bad way. So he was constantly in and out the vet, he was on loads of tablets and stuff, but he's doing absolutely fantastic now. He comes to so many car shows and so many car meets to us. Like at the start of this year, me and Owen were on our phones messaging all these shows like, will you let a dog come in, will you let a dog come in? And on our calendar, we have the show and dog, no dog. So we want him to come to everything with us as much as possible. He loves coming to the car shows. He's not bothered by the noise. So long as he's with us, he absolutely loves being there, which is absolutely fantastic. That's what we wanted. But yeah, he's doing really well. I'm sure he'll feature on the channel soon. He'd be in here with us now, but he's legitimately dead. Like, he's fast asleep. So
he's had a long walk. So
but tying on to like the next sort of subject, what we would love to do next year is plan in a holiday abroad with Hudson for one of our road trips. We had a recent road trip planned, but that may not be happening now.
Yeah, so let me just touch on that briefly. basically, I bought some very rare parts. Won't divulge what they are yet, but they are meant to be going to my friend's house in Belgium. However, they have not yet arrived, and I bought them about a month and a half ago. So there's currently a big mail dispute going on. I don't know if my money is just lost in the ether and I'll never get it back. I think they're trying to get my money back at the moment, but at the same time, they're trying to ask, well, do you have the package? Do you know where it is? But they're not actually coming back to them. So I think there's a bit of a dispute now saying, well, if you're not going to tell us where it is, can you at least give us the money back? So we'll just see what happens with that. But basically, we were planning a road trip around going to Belgium to get the parts and then do a few other things in the area and surrounding countries to make a bit of a nice road trip video for you guys this year. But obviously to enjoy the holiday as well. I'm not just going to do a video for, yes, I want to do a video for you guys, but we want to have relaxing, a relaxing time as well, especially this year. But however, I don't know what's going on with that. So that's all up in the air. But next year, we are hoping to do Pandina, finally.
Yeah, so for those that don't know, back in 2020, someone in my family was suffering with prostate cancer, someone in Owen's family was suffering with prostate cancer as well, unfortunately. And we both decided that we wanted to raise money for Prostate Cancer UK. And we thought, well, how can we do this through something that we enjoy? And we decided to paint my Fiat Panda Charmander white and black. Probably a terrible decision because it actually looked really good before in the paint. But
well, it was a bit faded, wasn't it?
It was a bit faded, and I've always had plans of painting it another colour, so we painted it with a rattle can to look like a panda. I thought it'd be on there for 6 to 12 months. It's been on there 3 years. It looks shocking now. It looks really bad. So the plan with Charmander now is Pandina is next year, the UK Panda 4x4 page, Fiat Panda 100 horsepower page on Facebook, and Fiat Panda Classic page have all come together to look at doing a big panda run to Pandina 2024,
yes.
Which is really exciting. And we're going to look to put Pandas for Prostate Cancer as the main charity, and we're all going to go together, which means we have to finish Char.
Yes, we do.
Char has to go. We've both said there's no way we can take another panda. It would be the
I
complete
did suggest it.
wrong.
I said it would be a good idea.
We said we should do another panda. We were both like, it would be easier to do another panda, but it would completely ruin the whole objective of what we set out to do.
Char still needs to be done, so it's the push.
Yeah.
It's the push, isn't it? Yeah.
So we're not going to say exactly what we're planning to do. We're not going to be doing anything with the engine, but the engine does need.
Well, it needs a head gasket, so yeah.
I have always wanted to respray that car a colour after that. And that is the plan. I want to get it resprayed in that colour so it looks perfect, and then I'm just going to get some stickers made up for prostate cancer instead, which can come off of the car after the event instead. So that car needs a bit of work. The Volvo needs to come out first. That still needs 1 or 2 bits. We'd then like to do one of Owen's cars so we can get that sold because it's space here, and then the plan is Charmander will go in, and the plan is to get that car done over winter. Yeah. We've both said that has to be done now. Because
you heard it here first. Yeah.
You heard it here first. Like ultimately, 2020, 2021, they cancelled it due to COVID. They put it on in 2022, but as you know, we just bought a house. It literally fell the week we bought the house, so there's no way we could go. And then because of everything that happened with the house, we could not do this year. And what I did mention is when I was in my old job, I was getting underpaid. So I was getting underpaid and we had problems with the house. Yeah. So it could not happen this year without me forking out a lot of money, which I didn't really have. So everything's back to normal now. I'm in a job I like, you're in a job you like. We've got a few things still to sort.
There's plenty to do on the house, there's plenty to do on the cars. We will be busy for the rest of our lives. Yeah.
But I think we both feel like we're in better positions.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
I feel so much more perky since I'm in this new job. Like, I hated my old job. And if they watch this,
but goodbye.
It was not for me at all.
No.
And as much as my new job is probably a lot harder, I actually really enjoy it. I feel motivation.
Rewarding.
It feels rewarding, yeah. And I get to try my cars. Win-win, get to try my cars in the day, so always worth it. Anyway, we could both ramble on for ages and ages, but we'll cut it there. As always, thank you very much for watching. Like, comment and subscribe, and we will see you all in the next one.